Hello everybody, this is David Vortman from Flasc Paintball, and today I'm going to be making a video on the Flasc Paintball Fake Suppressor. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to show you exactly how the fake suppressor works and the different ways you can use it. I'm also going to show the difference between the new fake suppressor we're now selling and the older version that we had in the past. Now on the left we have the newer version, and on the right we have the older version. So this is the old fake suppressor. So I'm just going to put that aside first, and I'm going to show you how the fake suppressor itself works. Here's a 12-inch Flasc barrel. Now, with the fake suppressor, the side with the holes in the back is the back end, and the other is the front. Don't know if you can quite see that, but the threading is actually at the front of the fake suppressor by default. So what you do is you'd actually put the barrel all the way inside, screw the fake suppressor on, and there you go. The front 5 inches of the barrel is all covered by the suppressor. Now, if you don't want to have to put the barrel all the way through the suppressor, what you can do is you can use it with a 5-inch extension. Put the suppressor right in, the 5-inch extension right inside the suppressor, and now the threads are at the back. There's also 3 set screws on the back cap. Those set screws align with the back of the 5-inch extension, so you can actually lock it in place and make the extension one unit with the suppressor. And that will basically, I wouldn't say permanently, but until you take out those set screws, leave the threads at the back of the fake suppressor instead of the front. So now, you could just screw it straight onto the front of your barrel. And there you go. It'll also extend your barrel by 5 inches. So instead of a 12-inch barrel, that is now a 17-inch barrel. The old suppressor worked very similar. It's just a few minor differences. Actually, before I get to the old suppressor, I'll show you the shroud first. As you can see, that is actually not a one-piece unit. The shroud can actually be removed. So, take out this one screw. Shroud comes off. Put the screw back in. And there you have fake suppressor, just without the ported style, so it's more of a smooth style. Now, I'm going to let that sit right there. Obviously the shroud won't hold on without the screw in properly. Now, here's the older fake suppressor. Actually, I'm going to put this in just so I can show you the differences a little bit easier. So I'm just going to put this shroud back on, and then we'll do a quick comparison. Okay. Now, I don't know how well you can see this here, but the new suppressor is slightly shorter than the last one. The main reason for that is the Flasc suppressor, there's already a 5-inch extension in there. The threads are considerably further back inside than this one, so by the time your barrel's threaded on, you've got about a 1/4 inch or so extra of the barrel covered. Now the way the back cap here works, on the old one, you have to take the back cap off to take your 5-inch extension out. So instead of set screws, the back cap actually held it in. Now you can see the back cap has a bit of a groove in it, so when inside the suppressor, it actually held it right there. Now, this did cause a lot of limitations, which is why we changed it. Just going to put this back in. So there's the fake suppressor. Threads at the front of the barrel, just like the other one. But if you want to put the 5-inch extension in, you can't just put it in because the cap was too small. It actually, as I said, held the 5-inch extension inside. It also means if, say, you had a barrel with a 3-inch extension on it, and you wanted to use the fake suppressor, you'd have to take the back cap off, put the 3-inch extension inside, put the back cap back on, and then put the barrel inside. So obviously that caused a little bit of difficulties for some people too, because then when you want to take the barrel out, when this unscrews, it hits the back cap and it won't come out until you take the back cap off and then separate them. With the new one, you can have whatever kind of setup you want and it'll slide right through. So it's a lot easier, it's a lot quicker, gives you a lot more options. One of the other differences, as you saw, the one screw went through the shroud and into the front cap of the new suppressor. And that's how the shroud came off. With the old one, it actually used a tiny set screw. You can see it right there. There we go. Oops. So you'd have to take the set screw out to take the shroud off. And it still has the 3 sunk screws in the actual body to hold the front cap on. The other difference is very minor, but the cap on the new fake suppressor is slightly less rounded than the cap on the front of the other one. Now if you want to completely take apart to rebuild your suppressor, you also can. So the front cap itself actually comes off, and that's the part with the threading. So there you go. The back cap screws right on or off. Have the components that make up the new the new fake suppressor. So hopefully you can see that. So it's actually a 4-piece design plus of course the screws. That's about all there is on it. I actually just remembered one other thing that I found quite interesting that you might be interested to know. The Apex 2, I found actually a friend of mine made a modification and he used the Apex 2 in conjunction with the Flasc Paintball Fake Suppressor body, and I was actually surprised to know that the outside diameters are pretty much exactly the same. So that means that you can actually take the shroud. Actually, that's the wrong one. They both fit the same, but you can actually take the shroud for the Flasc Paintball Fake Suppressor and use it over your Apex 2 and give it a fake suppressor look. I've actually known one person already to, which side is this here, cut out a groove in his shroud so that it fit over the selector switch. And then, I don't remember how he exactly mounted it. He might have just drilled in a set screw or even glued it on. There's lots of different ways to do it. But then he made his Apex 2 into a fake suppressor. It's already designed to look like one, but it just gave it that added touch. So I thought that was quite interesting. I figured that was interesting enough at least to put into the video.